Qatar is a sovereign and autonomous Middle Eastern state that occupies a peninsula that juts into the Arabian Gulf. Qatar has developed as one of the world's most major producers of oil and gas since gaining complete independence from Britain in 1971. It is an Islamic state with laws and customs based on Islamic principles. The state of Qatar is a peninsula on the Arabian Gulf's western shore. The peninsula is around 100 kilometers across and stretches 200 kilometers into the Gulf. Here are the best places to visit in Qatar. The Museum of Islamic Art. The Museum of Islamic Art is nestled in the bosom of a serene, translucent aqua frame. As you proceed, you will cross a bridge across water and feel drawn in by the wonderful emergence of the museum. The white building with pointy, boxed ends floats alone on the lake. In the sunlight, the museum appears to sparkle, and its captivating aura is enhanced. When you enter inside, you will be astounded by the interior's complexity, which starkly contrasts with the simplicity of its facade. Doha Fort. Another excellent spot to visit in Qatar is Al Qut Fort. The Doha Fort, as it is more often known, is a medieval military castle located in the middle of Doha, Qatar's capital city. It was built in 1927 by Sheikh Abdullah bin Qasim Al Thani, also known as Sheikh Abdullah bin Jassim Al Thani, who ruled Qatar from 1913 to 1949 after his brother, Sheikh Mohammed bin Jassim Al Thani, abdicated in his favor. Later, the fort was turned into a museum. Barsin Towers. The Barsin Towers, also known as the Salal Mohammed Fort Towers, are one of Qatar's most popular tourist attractions. Sheikh Mohammed bin Jassim Al Thani refurbished the Barsin Towers in 1910 after they were built in the late 1800s. They are on the southern side of the defensive system built at the end of the 19th and beginning of the 20th centuries to guard the Radat, a valley where valuable rainwater is collected as it rushes down from higher land. Barsin means high place in Arabic. The National Museum of Qatar. The National Museum of Qatar is so intricately designed that it may be mistaken for an origami masterpiece. On an architectural level, the white edifice has jagged and twisting edges and appears nearly unreachable. The structure is currently under construction, slowly bringing the architect's incredible idea to life. The desert rose, a natural wonder produced by crystals in specific climates, inspired the museum's design. The architect believed that the desert rose represented the passage of time and desired to incorporate this concept into the architecture of the edifice. Jazeera Carvings. Jazeera is one of Qatar's most shady areas. Its secret rests in its petroglyphs, which are extremely difficult and impenetrable drawings in stone. People believed that these carvings were some kind of symbol, and they depicted animals, boats, and flowers. Many of the shapes and symbols are unrecognizable, and their exact meanings are unknown. These symbols are thought to be hundreds of years old, making their preservation quite amazing. Zubara Fortress. Sand stretches ahead of you for kilometers, in the middle of nowhere, before this bleak fortress appears. The fortress's allure rests in its remoteness, and you can reach it on camelback at your leisure. Al Zubara frequently hosts site displays to help you better understand the fortress's history. This castle will make you feel cheated. You will believe that there is something amazing about realizing your own impertinence. Without a doubt, Al Zubara Fort is one of the top destinations and tourist attractions in Qatar. The Doha Desert. The Doha Desert is mostly intact and should be included in your trip of Qatar. There's nothing quite like miles and miles of primitive, gleaming sand. The desert sights will make you feel small and in awe at the vastness of this bizarre landscape. The sand is compact, the sand dunes rotate, and this spectacular desert environment can be experienced on any desert safari day. Rev your engines and stir up the dirt to get a first-hand look of the desert splits. State Grand Mosque. The word grand describes this mosque perfectly. The outer section is cozily terrifying, with the appearance of a secure castle, while the inside part is amazing. The domed roof towers over you, with rock-white pillars and modest candelabra hanging above you. This room is big and appealing, and the architecture will captivate you. The mosque's exterior is especially lovely at night, when it is illuminated with purple lights. Katara Mosque. The Katara Mosque is situated in the heart of the Katara Cultural Village, which contains some of the most strikingly gorgeous architecture in the Middle East. The Katara Mosque is not like other mosques in Qatar in terms of style. The structure is a mosaic of mostly blue tiles with hints of red and yellow. The intricate decorations and equally elaborate inside will wow you. 3 spiked columns reaching for the sky flank the mosque. The contrast between these triumphant constructions and the allure of the mosaic walls is rather appealing. Cornish. The Doha Cornish is a 7-kilometer-long waterfront promenade that runs along Doha Bay in Qatar's capital city of Doha. The Doha Cornish hosts annual celebrations of national holidays such as Qatar National Day and National Sports Day. It is a major tourist and recreational site in Qatar. Shukwakif. Shukwakif is a souk, marketplace, in the Qatari capital of Doha. The souk is well known for its traditional clothing, spices, handicrafts, and souvenirs. It also has a slew of restaurants and shisha lounges. Despite dating back at least a century, it was refurbished in 2006 to maintain its typical Qatari architectural style. It is frequently seen as the only remaining area in Doha that preserves an authentic atmosphere, particularly in terms of trade, architecture, and culture. Because it provides various dining alternatives in one location, the area is popular with both locals and immigrants, particularly on weekends. Falcons Suck. This eye-catching new souk is located right adjacent to the Shukwakif and is well worth a visit for the vast selection of falcon-related goods. There's even an outside area where you can see the falcons work out with their trainers many times a day. You can also take a tour of the Falcon showroom, where the Falcons can rest on their perches. Although Falcons are available in a variety of price ranges, keep in mind that a well-trained Falcon might cost more than a car. Aspire Park. Aspire Park is one of the largest parks in the Gulf region and one of Qatar's most beautiful settings. It remains a stark contrast to the normal desert scenery you'll see in Qatar. It attracts a large number of tourists every day, especially on weekends. You'll find families roaming about or having picnics in the park's gorgeous green surroundings on a regular basis. Another park attraction is the Torch Tower, also known as the Aspire Tower. It is a stunning 300-meter-tall structure that functioned as a Leviathan torch at the 15th Asian Games, and is now a magnificent hotel. A tour inside is unquestionably worthwhile. Katara Cultural Village. The Katara Cultural Village is located on the eastern bank of West Bay, between the Pearl and the Pearl. Katara arose from a goal to place Qatar as a cultural lighthouse of art in the Middle East, shining via theater, music, literature, gatherings, and displays. It hosts major events like as the Doha Tribeca Film Festival, TEDx Doha, and the Agile Youth Film Festival. The cultural village's structures and facilities are purposefully designed to look and feel like a typical Qatari al-Farij. The Pearl Qatar. It is a fictitious, man-made island located offshore of Doha's West Bay Lagoon area. It is well known as the first land in Qatar available for freehold ownership by foreign nationals. The name derives from the location of the island, which was once one of Qatar's most important pearl diving spots. Various people come here to shop at the many high-end retail businesses in the area, or to simply stroll along the magnificent boardwalk overlooking the marina, which is lined with international cafes and restaurants. Islamic Cultural Center, Fanner. The Islamic Cultural Center, popularly known as Fanner, is located in the Spiral Mosque near Shukwakif and is one of the top locations to visit in Qatar. Fanner operates as a non-profit organization with the goal of educating non-Muslims about Islam and its culture through various activities such as displays, center tours, and even Arabic classes. In fact, you can go to the doorway for a cup of coffee and meet with one of the volunteers, who will gladly answer any questions you may have about Islam. Fanner is also close to Shukwakif and the Museum of Islamic Art, so you might want to stop by there as well. Sealine Beach Resort. The desert is, without a doubt, one of the top tourist attractions and locations to visit in Qatar. There are several desert-based entertainment options in Doha, and one of them is available at the Sealine Beach Resort. The Sealine Beach Resort is a tranquil haven nestled among the sand dunes of the Arabian Desert and the turquoise waves of the Arabian Sea. While you're there, you may rent a dune buggy on the beach near the resort or go dune slogging, a favorite sport with both Qataris and visitors.